You know, a lot of times people ask me what my hobby is, and everyone knows I like to fish. But why do I like to fish? You know, I just like being outdoors. And I like the thrill of trying all the bits and pieces and all the different rigs and all the different ways to catch fish. For me, it's not about eating fish. When I was a kid, I was raised by a family of eaters. And that's not disparaging my family or my dad or my grandma or my uncles, because they fished and they ate everything they caught. They grew up in a different time. They grew up in a depression. My dad was born during the Depression, and people did what they had to do for protein. There was no, it was a different time. There were stores he couldn't go into because of his skin color. There were places he couldn't go because, his skin was a mocha caramel brown. And, they were poor. They probably came from sharecroppers family. They all worked, sort of some blue collar jobs. Times were tough. And so fishing was a way to put meat on the table. Maybe not meat, but fish on the table. And we ate a lot of fish. I've ate smoked carp, catfish, bluegill, smoked bluegill, drum. If my dad caught it, it went in the cooler. When I was a kid, my dad would take me fishing in places in Nebraska like Branch Oak. And I used to catch 13, 12-inch, 14-inch crappies all the time. No problem. I used to catch bullfrogs, leopard frogs, mussel clams. We never really went out and got skunked. There was always a cooler full of fish that came home for us. And we'd go to my grandma's, just give her some. We would distribute some to her. She had a picnic table in her backyard, and they would clean the fish there, and they would fry the fish right there. But I don't do that anymore, because now when I go fishing, I don't see 13, 14-inch crappies. Now I don't see all the mussel clams. Now I don't see all the bullfrogs and leopard frogs. I'm sure they're still out there, but I don't see them like I used to. I don't even see, schools of tadpole. When I was a kid, I would see schools of tadpoles, and I would see schools of bullhead, little baby black bullhead, just schools of them. I don't see that anymore. And so for me, it's about catching the fish, taking a picture, and the thrill of knowing that I tricked that fish into biting my hook, and I got it, and I'm able to put it back. Maybe it's some type of caveman instinct to conquer, but not to eat, just to catch the fish and put it back. And when I'm out here, I feel good. My bones aren't aching. I'm getting some fresh air. I'm not sitting in front of the TV. When I'm with my kids, we're not playing the Kindle. We're not on the iPhones, on the cell phones. They get out and get to see nature. You got to start them young. That's why I fish. I would probably hunt too, but I just don't, want to kill anything and butcher it. And I'm not against anyone that eats or does that. That's just not what I do. I just don't disparage what other people do. And that really is another subject we have to talk on. You fishermen, stop disparaging what someone else does or what someone else can afford. Like with this carp fishing, I get a lot of grief for not using hair rigs, but corn on the hook works. And so I do both of them. Well, you're going to get better hookups, you're going to get all this, it's going to be better. And I'm like, well, I'll try both. And everyone can't go out and spend $90 on a Delcom alarm. I have one, and now I need to get two. Everyone can't afford to go get rod pods. Everyone can't afford to get $80 mats that I have sitting out here. Everyone can't afford bait runners and all this expensive carp gear. And so I try to make these videos where I just try to do what I can get from Cabela's, even though I'm not a fan of Cabela's or Bass Pro, what I can get from Shields and Walmart. And I do order some special stuff from Amazon and like big carp tackle. But at the most, I just want to make this simple. I want everyone else to do this, and I want you to enjoy yourself. Pick up your litter, put the fish back. I'm not against you eating fish, but just leave some for me and my kids so we can catch them too. This is Michael, BigMuddyFishing.com.